Welcome to Mercer Island. And yes, it is truly an island and the only one we have on the east side of Seattle, connected to both Bellevue and Seattle by the I-90 floating bridge. If you pull up a map of Mercer Island, it looks like a giant foot, and we are going to cover all areas of that foot today. Today, we're going to go over what differentiates Mercer Island from other cities on the east side, commutes and schools. We'll also tour 2 active listings in Mercer Island and go over appreciation. And trust me, even if you're not a stats person, these stats will absolutely blow your mind. If you're not familiar with me, my name is Bella Chaffey Lakic, and I'm a realtor in the greater Seattle area, primarily serving King and Snohomish counties. I've been in the business for about 7 years and have grown up here, so I am very familiar with the area and would absolutely love to help guide you if you're thinking about relocating here or moving within the state. Mercer Island is only about 5 miles long by 2 miles wide. With I-90 running through the north part of the island, it makes commuting a breeze compared to any other island around here. Mercer Island is one of the wealthiest zip codes in the US, with a median household income exceeding $200,000, and there are roughly 25,000 people that live here. We'll go into median home prices in a little bit, but it is a pricier place to live, and for good reason. Being a small island, there is a lot of waterfront and waterview homes, not to mention the good schools, safety, and community. The downtown town center of Mercer Island, which is on the north part of the island, features local shops, including the independent bookstore Island Books, restaurants, wellness studios, and plenty of cafes. The boutique shops here are pretty incredible as well. I would definitely recommend taking a walk through the downtown, a city vibe in a small community. Mercer Island is more residential focused, so there is the cute downtown, but other than that, there's not many shops. But luckily, you are so close to Bellevue and Seattle. And speaking of proximity, let's talk commutes. So, from the southernmost tip of the island, AKA as far away from I-90 as you can possibly get, South Point, it is about 20 minutes without traffic to get to Bellevue Square, which I figured was a pretty central location in downtown Bellevue. However, if you're going during peak traffic times, it could take as long as 45 minutes. But if you're commuting back home to the island after work in Bellevue, traffic going that direction typically is not nearly as bad. However, if you live in the north part of the island, the drive to downtown Bellevue can be as little as 10 minutes and as long as 20-25 minutes depending on traffic. Now let's talk Seattle commutes. From the north part of the island, you can get to downtown Seattle in as little as 10 minutes or closer to 20-25 minutes during traffic. As far as South Point goes, it could take anywhere from 22 to 45 minutes to get to downtown Seattle, depending on traffic. And these are just taking into account the furthest part of the island to I-90 and the closest. So drive times will range, but this should give you a pretty good idea. No matter where you are on the island, your commute won't be too bad. For many, even the commutes on the high end are not bad at all. The average commute in King County is about 30 minutes one way, which is honestly a much shorter commute than many of my friends have. Let's talk about safety. Being on an island, even so close to areas in Seattle that are not as safe, does allow for a much lower crime rate and general safe feeling. The overall crime rate in Mercer Island is about 1,790 per 100,000 residents. But the violent crime rate is especially low, with about 100 per 100,000 people, which does rank Mercer Island among the safest cities. And is also kind of funny considering there's only 25,000 people here, but that's how they do their numbers. Next door neighborhood data places Mercer Island's overall crime index at 13.5 versus a US average of 33.4, and lower is safer. So we are safer than average. Property and violent crimes are both well below national levels here. It is also noted that the southern part of the island is even safer, which does make sense as you're further removed from I-90 and therefore slightly more secluded within the island. As far as parks and outdoor activities goes, a whopping 11% of the island is used for parks and recreation. There are over 475 acres of parks, including 3 public beaches and more than 50 miles of trails for hiking and biking. Some of the top parks in the area are the Luther Burbank Park, which is where I'm at right now, Pioneer Park, and Aubrey Davis Park. With there being about 26 public parks on the island overall, which seems like quite a few if you ask me, considering this is a relatively small place. Aubrey Davis Park is the iconic Lid Park, built over I-90, covering roughly 80 acres with playgrounds, sports fields, sculpture park, trails, and a regional pathway access. We're at Aubrey Davis Park right now, which was formerly known as the Lid Park because it goes over I-90, and the views out from this direction. So see the basketball courts down below, the grassy fields, playground, and there's tons of trails here too, which is super fun. But you're able to see, the bridge and the water, and the sun is it's just kind of scorching right now. So it might be hard to pick up on the camera, but it is truly, truly stunning. And then there's some, I think, tennis courts with maybe some of the best views ever here. There's just so much outdoor recreation here. It's awesome. But I do want to show you these little pillar things over here. I'm over here. These stacks behind me and all around me are part of the I-90 ventilation system. So they actually ventilate the I-90 tunnels, which are right beneath me. Pioneer Park is the island's largest forested preserve at 113 acres, featuring extended trails, old growth forest, and equestrian pathways. Just tons and tons of hiking there. And arguably the most popular, Luther Burbank Park, which is a 77-acre lakeside gem with a swimming beach, boat dock, fishing piers, trails, tennis and pickleball courts, an off-leash dog area, and an amphitheater. And when I say lakeside gem, I mean it. There's about 3/4 of a mile of public shoreline. There's also about 3 miles of trails, a rich wildlife habitat, and an award-winning playground. I would definitely recommend checking it out. But I must say, many of the smaller parks are also more than worthwhile to go to as well. I am now finally in the shade, as it is a 90+ degree day here in Washington. So for those of you that say the sun literally never shines here, please refer to this video where I am melting. Okay, while I'm in the shade, let's talk about schools. The schools are definitely something people come to Mercer Island for. Mercer Island is ranked as the #5 school district in Washington state. Mercer Island has 4 elementary schools, 1 middle school, and 1 high school. Niche has rated all 4 elementary schools and Islander Middle School with an A, while Mercer Island High School is ranked as an A+. Another popular website, Great Schools, has ranked Mercer Island High School as a 10 out of 10, Islander Middle School as an 8 out of 10, West Mercer Elementary as an 8 out of 10, Northwood Elementary School as a 10 out of 10, Islander Park Elementary as a 9 out of 10, and Lake Ridge Elementary School as a 9 out of 10. Honestly, some absolutely incredible ratings, and you really cannot go wrong here. Let's dig into the neighborhoods. The North End has a higher price point, and being so close to I-90, it provides very easy commutes. It is celebrated for its perfect blend of convenience, community, and character. With easy commute routes, rich neighborhood diversity, local charm, and stunning lake views, it's a well-rounded choice for families, professional, and anyone who values both access and also serenity. There are only 6 active listings on the North End right now, ranging from $1,590,000 for a smaller, older home on the south side of the freeway, and then ranging up to a whopping $29 million for a huge waterfront home with 102 feet of low bank waterfront. Or you could get a more affordable waterfront property for just shy of $11 million. The town center is home to most of the island's condos and apartments, as well as senior communities. It is very walkable and is Mercer Island's primary commercial district, filled with supermarkets, local boutiques, a hardware store, cozy cafes, a beloved bookstore, and a variety of restaurants, including the historic Roanoke Inn, a staple here since 1917. There are currently 7 active listings on the market here, all of which are condos, ranging from $539,000 for an older 1-bed condo to just over $1 million for a newer and nicer 2-bed condo. The Mid-Island area is characterized by a more structured grid-style layout compared to the topographical and winding streets elsewhere on the island. Mid-Island is centered around schools and the library, with just 2 active listings right now at $1,875,000 and then another at $2,535,000. East Mercer refers to the collection of neighborhoods along the eastern shoreline of Lake Washington. It's defined by its wooded terrain, serene atmosphere, and a mix of waterfront estates as well as forested homes. There are currently 6 homes on the market in this neighborhood, ranging from $1.5 million for an older home, a little more inland, to $11.5 million for an architecturally stunning waterfront home. There are some 70s contemporary waterview homes in this neighborhood too that are closer to $2.3 million. And I did tour a home in this neighborhood, so let's go check that out right now. Welcome to 6423 East Mercer Way. This Northwest contemporary home is private and architecturally stunning. So this home was originally built in 1968, but the effective year built is 2025 due to how extensive the remodeling is. And you can see that, especially looking at this kitchen space. It's absolutely stunning what they've done in here. They did a really, really great job. The expansive windows are just incredible, and they really let nature into this home, which I love, and I love that you see that so often here on Mercer Island. There's so many trees here, and it's so lush here that so many of the homes, especially the homes that don't have the water views, have that nature feel, which I love so much. This home sits on 0.815 of an acre, which is quite big. So there's like trails in the backyard that you can go on. When we pulled up in the front of the house, the wooded area right out front had a mama deer and 2 babies, which was super fun to see. And just the nature here is incredible. So as I mentioned, they did a huge remodel, right? So much so that, you know, the effective year built is 2025. But one thing that I love that they did is they kept some of the original pieces of the home. You get some like an older feeling with some of these big windows behind me, and then in another room across the other side of the house as well, that you can feel that it is an older home and they weren't trying to like erase all of that history, just make the house nice and new, which is something that I really like to see. And I think it was really, really well done on this main floor. And some quick home stats for you. There are 5 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms. The house is 3,850 square feet. And this home is listed at $2,699,500. This is an active listing, so if you would like more information, please do not hesitate to reach out. Or if you would like a private showing, I would be happy to take you to one. West Mercer is renowned for its lakefront living with homes along Lake Washington, offering easy access to water, tranquil views, and beautiful sunsets. Homes here tend to be larger and upscale, combining architectural styles like mid-century contemporary and traditional designs. Often referred to as a Gold Coast for its prestigious waterfront, currently there are 6 homes on the market in this neighborhood, ranging from $3,650,000 to $28 million, with other waterfront homes closer to $6 million. Now it's time to check out a listing on the west side of Mercer Island. Welcome to 5340 West Mercer Way. This custom-built home is not only stunning itself, but the views of Lake Washington, the Seattle skyline, and the Olympics are absolutely incredible. I also must note the views are protected, which is so important if you're considering purchasing a view home. So these views will not be going away. As mentioned, this house is on the west side of the island and backs to a green belt. I absolutely love the main living space. There is so much room here and so much room to entertain. The kitchen has these doors that opens up to your expansive deck. Like, are you kidding? So there's one area over here with a fire pit. There's another long area back there where you could put tables, whatever you want. There's so much space to sit and enjoy this view. It's absolutely stunning. Not to mention, there's also a flat grassy yard in the back. And then over here we have a hot tub. Downstairs, we have a gym and a rec room. And there's also ADU potential as there is a separate entrance downstairs. This house is listed at $3,060,000 with 5 bedrooms, 4.5 bathrooms, and 4,470 square feet. And it sits on just over half an acre. Another quick note on this home. So here you can see profiles of the home from the Seattle Times from when it was originally built in 1978. So they did a whole article on it. There's a couple pages that they have at the house for you to look at, which is super fun. And then it was actually featured in Mercer Island Greet after the sellers did a big remodel of the house in 2014. This was just a sneak peek of this house. There is so much house here. It is hard to show all of it in just a little clip within a video, but it is active. So we're on the market right now. If you're wanting to take a look at this house or you're wanting more information, maybe you're out of town and you want a full video tour of it, please reach out to me. As always, my contact information is in the description and I'd be more than happy to give you a private showing or do a video for you on it. The south end spans the southernmost portion of Mercer Island, generally defined as the area south of Southeast 63rd Street, and is distinguished by its quiet residential character, lush surroundings, as well as its beachfront access. The south end offers a serene setting combined with excellent local amenities, such as a small shopping center, local community hubs, including an off-leash dog area, and one of the island's most utilized ball fields, with 5 active listings currently ranging from $2 million to $8.5 million. We've gone over numbers for active homes in different neighborhoods, but let's take a quick overview of the stats overall. There are currently 54 active listings on the island and 3.1 months of inventory. And as a reminder, anything above 2 months is considered a buyer's market. We normally see closer to 1 to 1.6 months of inventory this time of year in Mercer Island, so we are significantly over that right now, but pending sales are on par, so homes are still selling. The median closed sales price for residential homes this past month was $2.6 million, which is up 15% from this time last year. Appreciation is up about 50% over the past 5 years and about 99.5% over the past 10 years. Talk about a market with some good appreciation. What do you think of Mercer Island? A prime place many people consider when also considering a move to Bellevue, especially since the school districts are so great in both cities. What are your thoughts? Are you considering making the move to Washington and thinking of Mercer Island? Whatever your situation is, I would love to see if I can help guide you in a direction. I primarily work on the Eastside, Seattle, and Snohomish. My contact info is in the description. If you're looking to buy, sell, or relocate here, feel free to reach out with any questions on any of the cities in the greater Seattle area. My name is Bella Chaffey Lakic, and I'll see you in the next one. Come on, that's a deer. It's a baby deer right there. Oh. Nature. Oh. Sorry.